Hey everybody, Omar here, the Knife Shark Guy, and I am back with another fun-filled video for you. And today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Most of you guys know I'm into South African knives, but today we're not going to be doing a South African knife. We're going to be doing a knife made in the good old USA. And there he is. It's a small knife. It's not very large. The name of the company that makes this knife is called Boost Blades. I was actually going to make this a real unboxing, but I don't think I'm ever going to be able to do one of those because I'm too excited to see the knife. So I thought I'd go ahead and show you the box and show you the knife first. So this is the knife. Let's just get a good quick look at it, and I'll talk about it. So as you guys can see, the entire knife is constructed of all titanium. Really, really beautiful. It is a small knife. We're going to do the specs in a second. Just wanted to give you guys a good look at it. So holes are really, really nice and pretty. It's got a really nice pocket clip right there. Really, really authoritative blade shape on that guy. Unbelievable. Love the little backspace. So the entire knife is all titanium. All titanium. There's nothing else on this knife other than titanium, including the pocket clip is titanium. And you'll be surprised how much this knife costs, and I'll get to that in a second. I just want to give you guys a good quick look. So it's a frame lock. And we're going to go ahead and get into it. So let's go ahead and talk about where this knife comes from, and then we'll get into the specs. So the name of the company that makes this knife is called Boost Blades. Now, these guys are a small knife company. They're a small custom knife company. They make really cool little knives that are around for a little bit, and then they kind of discontinue them, and they may or may not bring that knife back. It depends on, I guess, they do what they do. But they've got a variety of, I believe, about 6 knives on their website. Again, the name of the company is called Boost Blades, if you've never heard of them. And they are a husband and wife team. The name of the husband and wife is called Will and Leo. Or is it Leo? I think L-I-O, Leo. And they are from Kansas City. And they make these little custom knives. And I think what's so admirable about this company is that you may see a lot of these small companies like this that are popping up, and while they don't compare to anything that Zero Tolerance, Benchmade, or Zero Tolerance has, they don't necessarily need to compete with those companies because they make custom knives and they do it the way they want to do it. Which I think is really, really nice. It's always nice to support little companies that do that make things really, really well. And this knife and all their entire lineup is excellent. So let me give you the name of this knife. The name of this knife is called the Boost Blades Hound knife. And this is one of the ones that is currently on their website that's sold out. I don't even know if they're making this knife anymore, because you go to their website and all of their knives are sold out. So if you're looking for anything from Boost Blades, with the exception of the Mini Smoke, which is the only knife that's on their website that you can buy at this moment, all the other models on their website are sold out, including this one. So let's go ahead and get right into the specs on this knife, and then I'm going to talk about it. So the overall length of the knife is 7.5 inches. The blade length is 3.2. The blade material, M390, a really great choice. The handle length is 4.25 inches. The handle material is made of 6AL 4V titanium, and it is a frame lock knife. So, let's go ahead and take a look at this knife and let me talk about it. So, like I said, this is a frame lock piece. It runs on ball bearings. Really, really very nice. It's got these really pretty speed holes in the handle. for weight. Makes the knife a little bit lighter because this thing is all titanium. It's really, really sort of a really thick titanium, too, for such a small knife. I mean, look at that. Really beautiful. Love the backspacer on that. Again, titanium. Very rarely will you see an entire knife all titanium with such great, great sleek design on it. I really love that. Titanium pocket clip, really nice also. Just the overall look of the knife is really, 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 really pretty. We've got, I believe this is mother of pearl, but I am not sure. I'll have to research that more. But I believe that is mother of pearl. What's great about this knife is if you need to take it apart, you only need one screw or one Torx. It's not like a 2-Torx system. This thing here is completely cut off there, just shut. You don't need another Torx to open it. It's just this to take it apart. So that's good. So let's talk about how we flip this knife. So let's go ahead and take a look at the flipper on it, because it's really unique. You would think that it's a front flipper. By the way, you can see that. But actually, it's not a front flipper. It's what you would probably call a forward flipper. It's the same as a regular flipper, except for the fact that the flipper itself doesn't peck out at like that 90-degree angle where you have that little thing sticking out, and they call it the pocket pecker. This knife, they put the flipper sort of forward and up at a 90-degree angle, which means that to flip this knife, it does take a little bit of skill and a little bit of getting used to as far as how to flip it open. So basically, the way you would flip this knife, you're going to have to kind of get used to scrunching your hand. It may sound uncomfortable, but believe it or not, you get used to it. And as time goes by, if you are an eye person, you'll be able to do it quite easily. The key is to keep your hand away from the frame lock, because if you put your hand anywhere near that frame lock, you're not going to be able to open a knife. It's going to be blocked by you sort of pressing onto the frame lock, not allowing the blade to pop out open. So let me just show you how this works. Basically, I hold the knife in my hand like usual. I put my middle finger like right here, I guess at the relief cut, right there, my middle finger. So that's kind of like away from the frame lock. And then I just sort of take my finger and it pops right open. Again, it takes a little bit of skill. After a while, when you first get the knife, you're going to forget to not put your hand on the frame lock, because you can't open it if it's anywhere. Like if you put your hand just right on the frame lock, you can't open it. Your finger has to be kind of like right in that relief cut between the pocket clip and the relief cut, and then you can open it real simple. So there you have it. And what's great about this knife, the advantage of this is that you don't have the pocket pecker sticking in your pocket. It's up. So it's almost like a front flipper. If you can't open it that way, you can also open it with your thumb as if it were a front flipper. You just kind of have to hang on to the pocket clip there and then use your thumb. And that might even be easier, because that is a much more easier way to flip it, and much more comfortable way to flip it once you get used to doing that. But, like I said, me being a knife person, it's never been much of a problem for me to flip it the regular way. So let's go ahead and take a look at do some size comparisons on this, so you guys can get an idea. It's not really a large knife. It's a pretty small one. So let's go ahead and start with, one of my favorites, the Kershaw bare knuckle. So there you go. So there you have it, the Kershaw bare knuckle. So this is a 3.5. Let me move that up a little bit into the camera. All right, so this is a 3.5-inch blade. That's a 3.2. So there you go, up against the Kershaw bare knuckle. Let's put it up against one of the more popular knives, the Zero Tolerance 0562. Why don't we put it up against a knife that might be a little bit smaller than that one, at least lengthwise. How about the ZT-0900? So it's kind of like a nice sort of a comparison right there. Why don't we put it up against another knife I have called the Tengu Flipper by Benchmade. So as you can see, even the Tengu Flipper is a little bit smaller than this one. This would be considered more of, I guess, a medium to small size knife, but because it's such a sleek design, you really can't really tell from the way that it was designed, because there's no, there's no width to it. It's not a really fat knife. It's a thin, sleek knife. How about the Spyderco Swish Bowie? One that's never going to leave my collection because it's just such a great knife. And how about the Benchmade Anthem? There you go. And let's finish off size comparisons with the Kershaw Matrix Extra Small. And I always like to finish off my size comparisons with small, medium, large. So there you go. The Boost Blade Hounds falls right in the medium category, up against the Benchmade Anthem, which is fairly large, and the Matrix Extra Small, which is actually a smaller knife. So this is one of the more unique offerings from Boost Blades. They are very famous for making front flipper knives, and they're the main basis of their company. It seems like they're really good at executing sleek designs that if you're an office guy, I mean, you wouldn't have a problem carrying this thing. This thing is one classy looking knife. There's nothing about this knife that looks, sort of bohemian or anything. It's just a really classy knife. You could probably carry this thing with a suit in your pocket. It's a very, very nice design. I mean, it's almost as if though they built it to make it look kind of like a Rolls Royce or something. And one of the things about this knife that's amazing is how smooth it is, because it is an incredibly smooth knife. I mean, if I were to just disengage the frame lock, see how quickly that blade falls. One of the things that I love about this knife and the way, I mean, you can actually feel, I don't know how to describe this, but I love the way it feels when I close the knife. It's just so smooth and satisfying. Really don't know how else to describe that. Centering on this guy is, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen more dead centering on a knife than this one. This knife is very well executed. If you are into knives that are sort of unique in design, like this forward flipper, this would be probably more your style. A lot of people that are real, I guess I don't want to call them real knife users, but heavy knife users probably wouldn't consider this a comfortable knife to use on a daily basis, just because of the ergonomics. Now, the ergonomics on this are good. I'm going to say they're good. They're not great, but they're good. And my hands are kind of small, so it feels really nice in my hand. I can get all 4 fingers on there. It almost feels like this bulk here should be maybe a little bit higher. Maybe your hand might be a little bit better if it could be that way. But the design of it is that your index finger kind of slumps down into that position. And all 4 fingers, while the ergos feel great, yeah, you do feel like your pinky's kind of cramming for space on this section of the knife. But the ergos are still good enough for use. You've got a thumb ramp up here. I'm not quite sure that that's the comfortable spot for it, but that's what it's for. It would probably be more comfortable, like I said, if this had been maybe up a little bit more and then you put your thumb on, then now we're talking really good. But back here where your hand is back over here and then your thumb has to push forward to even use this thumb ramp here. I mean, I'm not sure if that's the best grip, but it does work. It works. For regular, small, menial tasks, and the fact that it is a small knife, I mean, you know, I think you can live with that. I don't have a problem with that. There's a lot of cutting surface on that M390 blade. It kind of has a little bit of a belly going up. But other than that, you've got a lot of belly, you know, a lot of slicing going on. This thing is a great slicer. And again, I forgot to bring the paper out so I could show you guys how sharp it is. But this knife is really going to stay in my collection. I do like it. It's very, very sleek in design. Almost like James Bondish, I guess. It's just really sleek, really cool. Incredibly smooth action that does run on ball bearings. And again, you know, it's so... check out that action. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. It does feel good to flip once you get used to the forward flipper. And closing it is so satisfying. I mean, the way the blade drops shut, it just feels good in your hand. I don't know how else to describe it. It's really, really good. Really nice pocket clip on that. It's not deep carry, so basically about this much of the knife will be showing in your pocket, which I think is fair. But for me, I don't use pocket clips anyway, so that's for all you pocket clip guys that are into that. So there you have it. Boost Blades Hound M390 steel. Again, the company's called Boost Blades, and this is the box that it comes in. They really do have kind of attractive packaging. You know, it says right there your knife inside, and it comes with obviously, you know, the paper, the plastic, and basically, you know, they give you instructions on everything you need to know about your new knife. Some information about them as a company. They even give you instructions on how to clean your knife. You know, they are a small company. Again, these are the models that they do have. As far as I know, I can't really say that any of these knives that are listed here are really discontinued. They just don't make a lot of them all at one time like a big company. It seems like what they do is they introduce a new knife and then they make that knife in a limited run and then they stop, and then I think they go back and reproduce all the other ones that everybody's been sort of clamoring about. The Smoke TS1 is definitely one of them. That was the Star flagship knife. So I don't really see them getting rid of that one because everybody kind of likes that knife a lot. But they're a small company, and they will do what they want to do, and they know that what they do is great, and people keep coming for their stuff. And their knives sell like crazy, not just on their website, but on the secondary market. Places like eBay and, you know, Reddit and all those other places where you can buy knives on the secondary market. These guys are definitely, they've been around, like I said, since 2015, so they are up and coming, and they're probably going to stay as long as people buy their knives. And this is considered a small American custom knife company, which is why I wanted this knife and why I chose this piece, because they are a custom knife company here in good old USA. I thought that was kind of important to have that in my collection. And I'm more than likely, I'm going to get another one from Boost Blades. The one that I'm currently going to be getting is the TS1 Smoke, which is a 3.5-inch blade, and it's a front flipper. And I should be getting that one soon. Like I said, I'm getting it from a friend of mine who's decided he wants to part with it, and he's not really using it, so I'm going to purchase it from him. My good buddy Jim over on Instagram is selling it to me, so I'm going to say, yeah, definitely take that piece. So anyway, this is Omar, the Knife Shark guy, signing off. I just wanted to give you guys a look at the Benchmade Hound. And as you guys can see, their emblem is a little dog. Who doesn't want a knife with a little dog on it, right? Really cute. There you go. Benchmade Hound. This is Omar, the Knife Shark guy, signing off. Hoping you'll find this piece in your collection sometime in the near future. Like I said, at the moment they're only available on the secondary market. If you definitely probably find one on eBay, maybe even find yourself a smoke. But don't be surprised if the smoke is like way up there, like ridiculously priced. Don't get it. But yeah, this is one of them that's kind of reasonably priced. And the construction of it just kind of really turned me on. I had to get this one. So, until the next video, this is Omar, the Knife Shark guy, signing off. Hoping you'll find this Benchmade Hound sometime in your collection. Have any questions or comments? Please, ask me whatever you want regarding my knives or whatever knife I own that you're interested in. Be happy to answer the question anytime. Again, I do apologize for the gloves, but my hands don't seem to be getting any better, and I don't want to show them off on camera if they're that disgusting. So I will see you guys on the next video, and yes, I do have another custom knife coming from South Africa. I will be getting that in April, I think maybe like April 18th or 19th or somewhere right around there. So that is definitely coming. In the meantime, I'll be doing some discussion videos on other topics. And so this is Omar, the Knife Shark guy, signing off, and have a good evening.